Hey guys, welcome back. It's Ab, and today I wanted to do a quick speed build video for you guys. So this build, I wanted to try my hand at a mobile home to kind of match the vibe of the Willow Creek neighborhood. I've never made something like this in The Sims, and I really wanted to try something new. I'm actually thrilled with how well this turned out and the story that I made up along the way. I made this a one bedroom, one bathroom house. It has a tiny little kitchen and a small living room area. I kind of wanted for it to be for a single mom and her toddler, and I don't usually make actual Sims for my builds, but I decorated it with them in mind. I already got the shape I was going for down, and I situated the house towards the back of the lot. I wanted this deck part there that's uncovered to look like an add-on after it was built, because I wanted to add that pool. My idea for it was that it would look kind of like a stock tank pool, and like they put it in afterwards and wanted a built-in deck around it. Even though we don't really have something like that in The Sims, I attempted to create a stock tank pool built into the deck. Next, I went ahead and tested a layout I was hoping would work. I won't lie, this was the fastest and easiest floor plan I have ever done. Most of the time, I have to move the walls a million times, and most of that stems from whenever I use stairs. You know how it just really impacts the layout that you can do, it really limits you. But this one was just a piece of cake. I knew exactly where I wanted everything to go. I knew that I wanted it to look like how mobile homes just kind of are set down in one spot in kind of like a pre-built manner. My idea was that this house looked realistic, not overly picture perfect. I wanted the space to feel lived in and real. And throughout my building process, I kept adding small details that felt like it honored these Sims. The mom and her share a room that is mostly taken over by the little girl's items, and later you'll see, after I finish furnishing everything, that it looks like the mom lived here before she had her baby. She has cute furniture and nice things, but after the baby came, she moved all of her stuff to give the girl the childhood that she deserves. And here I'm moving the living around because I didn't like the way it looked, and I still move almost everything around over and over. This build is so chaotic. I couldn't just furnish one room at a time. Once I would put one thing down and I didn't like it there, I would automatically move it to another spot just to see if I liked it there. Like that was me putting the desk in the bedroom to see, and I didn't like it, so I immediately moved it. And then I do like this layout. It is my favorite out of all the ones that I did try. I don't love it, but I honestly think that it looks kind of real. Like, if I walked into somebody's house and it looked like this, it would make sense to me. So that's kind of what I call a win. And right here, I'm doing a little hack where I make it a half wall to seem like it has one of those cutout walls. Now, I can't really do that in The Sims. I can attempt. This is my attempt. And oh, I'm playing around with the carpet and the tile and stuff. I changed the carpet so many times because I didn't like the color. I eventually landed on this really neutral tan color and like that whitish tile. It's kind of yellow and gross, but I like it. It looks like a weird linoleum that you would see in this kind of house. And honestly, I feel like this tan carpet tile combo is kind of what everybody grew up with in like the 90s, early 2000s. It's just that staple that you see in every single home that was made around that time. I realize now that I had only put these two lamps in, and that's one of my favorite things to do if I feel like there's an empty space. I'm usually a big maximalist when it comes to building in The Sims. I like everything to have a spot. I like there to be no blank walls. I really don't like the minimalist look in The Sims. I guess I just love clutter, and right now I'm going around cluttering up the whole house, which, I mean, it's tiny. It didn't take that long. And, there's a bunch of kid stuff that I added, especially in a home like this where the mother is putting the child first. I feel like this mom would let her kid draw on the walls, and I feel like she would let her kid put stickers on the fridge and, under the table and wherever she wanted to, just because she can, and it's her stuff and she's allowed to. Ooh, this is genuinely one of my favorite parts of the build. I added these little trophies to kind of seem like they were won by the little girl, and that's why the mom displays them, as well as I use that new item that they added to the base game. I don't know if that's part of like the pride situation or what. I love the little swatches on it. I love gallery walls in The Sims. I think it is so cute. I keep using it in every single thing I'm building right now. I love it so much. Right here is where I felt like the living room was kind of coming together, so I went to work on the bedroom a little more. I like using this little rug a lot. I like the little swatches on it. I think it's cute. And I'm trying right now to put things more on the walls. I knew I wanted to use these paintings from the start. I liked the orange because it matched the dresser, but then I felt like it didn't look right there, all three of them stacked when there was nothing else in the room. That's why I ended up moving it over there by the dresser. I thought it looked better there with the little bunnies. And here, it took me so long to figure out which painting I wanted above the mom's bed. I always use the same paintings, that tiny little gallery wall and that map. The map is my favorite just because I like maps in real life. And I like that the swatches only change the color of the frame and not the actual painting itself. This bathroom gave me so much trouble because I decided that I wanted the shower bath combo because it makes sense. You know, you have a toddler, you have to put them in the bath and, you know, toddler potty, whatever. But that just made this tiny bathroom so much more busy and cluttered. And here I go, just adding some final touches. I realized I didn't have a trash can in the entire house. I added one by the toddler's little work area and one in the kitchen because that just makes sense. Now, this is where I start to make the patio kind of come to life. I had trouble deciding what I wanted the patio to look like. I liked the idea of having it mostly be things for the toddler. I like the little kiddie pool. I like the swing set, the water filling bucket. Obviously, I'm messing around whenever I put those up there, but I like the gardening. I kind of made it a theme that she would be a gardener or something early on in there. There's a lot of plants, and I thought, you know, the mom was just really into gardening. And so she has the floral working table, that vertical planter, and some extra planters on the side, as well as multiple plants inside. And of course, you know, she has to, I guess, tend the garden. That's why her front bushes look so nice, you know? And I won't lie to you guys, I didn't playtest this. I don't know if the bathroom's functional. I don't know if you can get to that lawn chair. I don't know if you can get to the water balloon bucket. I do, however, like how it looks, and I won't be changing it. And I also won't be testing it to see if it's playable or not. And I realized earlier that I hadn't put anything in the kitchen. So that's how I had the knives. I was trying to see if I could put it somewhere. I didn't have any decoration. So I went ahead and threw some things on some counters. Then the microwave kept disappearing, so I had to fix that. And I ended up adding a couple things only on the other cabinet right there, just so that could be functional, because I know they don't like to use a countertop if it doesn't have absolutely nothing on it. I really like the landscaping that I did on this build. The trees and the bushes just look so cute to me. I like that at the base of the tree and the swing set, I added those little tufts of grass to make it seem like it had been there for a couple years. And I also really enjoyed the terrain paint I did on this build. I'm not super big into terrain paint. I think it's kind of annoying to use. But doesn't that just make it look like they've used the swing set for years? I really wanted the whole backyard to look well loved, and I think I did exactly that. Next, I was looking at the surrounding houses to see their landscaping and which mailbox they used to see if I could make it look a little bit more seamlessly blended. So I took inspiration of the house next door, which I haven't touched, and I made it a little different because I wanted it to match what I'd already done. But that's me changing the pathway because the other one had this kind of stone look rather than the gravel that I had. And then I also realized that they had a lot of more dirt than grass in theirs, which I guess is their vibe. It's not really mine, but I enjoyed adding it because it made it look like I had more dimension. Alright guys, that is the end of my speed build. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I had a ton of fun making this build and also making this video. Let me know if you would like more content like this. I will be posting more in the future just because it is kind of my own preferred method. But this is my mobile home speed build. Thanks for watching. Bye!